No way, new live stream. Alright, welcome back to the live stream, guys. I'm going to be reading this to you. Reading the book, the full version of the book. He's literally me. So, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I know no one is watching. I don't give a shit. Oh no, Toby's back. Toby is back. God, Toby really loves watching these, doesn't he? Yep. Say hello in chat, Toby. Do it. I know you're there. I know you're there, Toby. You can't hide from me. Can't hide. You cannot hide. I think it's really rude when people don't hop on stream when you ask. Wonder if Toby's still... Okay, I will not swear. I cannot swear because Toby's brother is in the room. Is it Micah, perchance? Is it Micah? Is it me? Okay. I love you, Micah. I love you so much. God, I haven't seen Micah in years. Does he still have a girlfriend? Perchance. Oh, okay. So Mike is racism. So this is The Fall of Boris Johnson by Sebastian Payne. Introduction. Drinks at the Garrett Club. Boris Johnson shuffled into the mahogany and red dining room of the Garrett Club one cold November evening with a relaxed grin on his face. Scooping up a drink as the dinner was about to begin, he aimed at his former journalist colleagues. Rumours had been circulating that he would attend, but many were stunned, not only that the Prime Minister had just walked in, but he had done so on time, unlike the filing of his newspaper columns, full stop. Johnson had returned to the gathering to celebrate his spiritual home. What is it? Among the comment writers of the Daily Telegraph. Fresh from the success of the COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, he could finally let his guard down. Since 1831, the Garrick had wined and dined the great of London's cultural scene. From A.A. Milne to Stephen Fry, the institution inspires improbable passions among its members, with its garish salon club ties and sumptuous Covent Garden surroundings. Johnson was not a member when he arrived for supper in late 2021. Full stop. His choice of transport had been criticised. The optics were poor. Comrade jetting back from a conference about climate change. Full stop. But he could not care less. He was among friends. After 2 years of the COVID pandemic, he was the global statesman and at the centre of everyone's attention, something that he had craved since childhood. In the private room, a broad table was set for around 30 Fleet Street veterans who had worked with a colleague later to become the most powerful man in the country. The occasion was a reunion of columnists and writers whose careers stretched back to the 1960s. The dominant era represented was Charles Moores, editor from 1995 to 2003, the occasion covered by Stephen Glover and Neil Derbyshire, both senior figures at the Daily Mail who had stints at the Telegraph in the 1980s and 90s when Johnson was becoming the paper's star political columnist. The assembled diners included editor of the Oldie magazine Harry Mount, former Today programme editor Sarah Sands, and editor of Conversation, Conservative Home website. Whoa. Paul Goodman. That sounds like Saul Goodman. They were surprised and delighted to see Johnson was present. Guzzling roast pheasant with Grand Marnier soufflé, washed down with hefty bottles of claret, the collected journalists celebrated what seemed to be the very best of times. Glover noted in his speech that the attendees were responsible for millions of words over the decade, and it would be impossible to calculate the damage we had done. At the Prime Minister's end of the table, Dean Gosson, the Telegraph's former chief lead or writer, impersonated his old proprietor, Conrad Black, attempted French. Johnson laughed so hard his friends feared he might crack a rib. Silly old Bojo. One attendee said, "The extraordinary thing is that I've known Boris in passing for 30-odd years, but I've never seen him happier and laugh harder than that evening." Another remarked, "It was a triumphant homecoming. He had proven himself beyond doubt at having beaten us all." When Johnson spoke at the supper after much wine had been consumed, he delivered a typically comic and self-deprecating speech, where one attendee said he, improbably, claimed to have only penned 2 leaders for the Telegraph, the second of which were about the road between author Salman Rushdie and Ayatollah Khomeini, then the supreme leader of Iran. After his editorial came down on the side of the Ayatollah, the paper's then proprietor Conrad Black informed Johnson he didn't need to write anymore, so the yarn went up. The hacks lapped it up. The Prime Minister's very infectious tone added to the gaiety of the evening. He rapidly moved on to his favourite topic, his achievements. He paid tribute to the success points of his own government, delivering Brexit and the world-leading COVID vaccine rollout. Then came a heckle. One Telegraph writer shouted out that he had not been especially conservative. With his well-worn hand-dog expression, an artful ruffle of his thatched hair, Johnson admitted that they had a point. There was no malice. It was not an evening for serious policy debate, but to celebrate one of their own. Johnson later stumbled out of the Garrick Club after the supper had concluded, wearing the same grey tie with around the same grey suit with blue tie he had donned hours earlier in Glasgow. Moore was photographed at his side in a double-breasted suit with red tie. The wide grins on both their faces spoke not only to an enjoyable evening, but the decades of warm professional and personal relations. Repaying his early career patronage, Moore had been ennobled by Johnson in 2020. So, I read 3 pages of that. If you want me to read more, I will happily have some reviews from the chat, even if people are still watching. I might have just been talking. I have just been talking to myself for about 4 minutes. So that's great. I've just been talking to myself. Oh, that's how fast. Right, bye guys. Oh, right, no, I have to end again. Yes, right, okay. Bye.